you all for taking your time out and joining us today. And without much further ado, inshallah, let's get started with Dil Shodaka.
Okay, Bismillah. Let's get started. So, again, inshallah, we have some announcement today, but we'll get started. So, what's our next move? As most of you know, that Alhamdulillah, Musaffa has been doing revolutionary, I would say, in this case, innovations, and one of them is actually we're going to announce soon, inshallah. Let's get started. So, first of all, we can talk a little bit more about our mission. As everybody knows, our mission is to actually empower Muslim investors globally by giving them right tools and right knowledge, and as I said, innovative products that we're going to announce soon, inshallah, and cutting edge technology, so that Muslims around the world can actually invest in a way that aligns with their values, so they don't have to compromise that just to make money. So the problem, what we have is a huge problem that Muslims they don't have access to halal investing in a way that that's transparent, right? So, for example, if they want to invest in stocks and they're not sure if it's halal or not halal, and that's one of the reasons actually it's holding like millions of Muslims back because again they have uh, let's say they're not sure and they have doubts about those investments, they just stay away. And but there is a huge investment opportunity. As you see, like there's about $32 trillion market, which is like in Sharia compliant stock market that we are not taking advantage of as Muslims. So our vision is actually, as a company, to establish Musaffa as the global leader in Sharia compliant investment solutions. What do we mean by that? In other words, when you type musaffa.com, inshallah, the goal is to make sure that you have a complete peace of mind, knowing that, trusting that Musaffa takes care of A to Z, all the Sharia compliance side of it, including the screening, research, everything for you. So you can actually invest in stock with peace of mind. So this is what our vision is. Musaffa.com, by default, when you type it, you have a peace of mind as Muslims. And knowing that always your investment will be halal when you go Musaffa.com or you use our applications. So let's talk about the numbers a little bit because we have been in the business, alhamdulillah, close to 5 years right now. We are at the early growth stage and we're growing fast as a company. We way past startup. The first 2 years was a startup. Now is the next 3 years we've been growing, alhamdulillah. And I'd like to share some numbers. One of them is actually, as you can see, we have
I guess you can press the next and it takes to one specific number each.
yes, yes, it does. Okay, let me start with the first about investment side of it, and then I think we can go number one by one. Okay, thank you. So this one is kind of important. A lot of people ask me like, okay, how did the Mustafa start? And I'd like to bring it up every time, so that it's actually start with a personal commitment, not just a personal commitment from my time, but also my investments as well. So I started the company, Alhamdulillah, in at the end of 2020. So it's been approaching 5 years, and I invested about $150,000 that my life savings, and of course, as you guys know, that starting a business always you have to whatever you think you have to double the investment. So I end up investing my personal like apartment and my second car, and also I cashed out all my 401k from the time I used to work from Wells Fargo Securities. So Alhamdulillah, I went all in because I really believe from get-go that what we start is not just a company, but it's a movement. And Alhamdulillah, I'll share some numbers. It's been amazing so far because not like hundreds, but thousands of people are actually following and actually became members, and they're giving us amazing feedback so far. So if you look at the numbers, again, we became number one platform in the world, actually for halal stock and investment research, based on our similar web data. And we last year we ranked number two Islamic fintech company in the U.S., number 10 in the world. That was last year, and this year for some reason they did not rank. They just put the top 30 companies. But again, we were ranked number two Islamic fintech company in the United States. Alhamdulillah. As I said, our daily users are actually of the application is growing day by day. And if you ask me what we are most proud when it comes to actually launching Musaffa till now, it's about We have over 500,000 people, 552,000 people, but the most important, it's coming from 200 plus countries actually. So we have more countries represented on our platform than the whole United Nations, alhamdulillah. So that shows that there's a Muslims are united, alhamdulillah, and under actually one mission, which is actually learn about and investing in and earn your wealth and money with halal way, inshallah. So, and again, social media, we have about 25,000, and alhamdulillah, it's growing organically day by day. So, next thing I want to share is actually about credibility. So it's very important, right? So built in trust and credibility. So Alhamdulillah, Musabba has been featured over 100 global media and press outlets, including Yahoo Finance, MarketWatch. We got like AP News and financial like Fin SMS, and also a lot of Islamic fintech Islamic platforms. For example, like we got Islamic Finance News, again, Salam Gateway, Islam Channel, we did a partnership. So that shows that actually we are also getting like known worldwide. And also, this is very important to consider the next one. And we are not only just providing solution for screening and research, but also like we let, alhamdulillah, to our platform, like more than 1,500 different institutions, and they can be linked to a Musaffa, and then they can actually the users, and they can uh, monitor their portfolios for Sharia compliance. For example, I have Robinhood account, and I don't know which stocks I have in halal and not halal in Robinhood, right? So I can easily link to Musaffa automatically. It's going to take less than 2 minutes. And then I can start monitoring all my holdings from Musaffa. And some of the platforms like Webull also allows us to do integrated trading. So once I link my Webull account to Musaffa, I can buy and sell stocks as well. That's already happening right now. And more than 5,000 people actually they sign up for the service, alhamdulillah, and they linked over $109 million so far. That shows that there is a true need for, actually we are about to announce soon. Okay, so Musaffa's scalability consistently in both free and premium users, right? So we are, as I said, the users are growing day by day. Especially, our product is becoming much more mature in a way because, for example, when it comes to like stock screening, we give like exceptionally detailed screening reports. So we just don't tell you this stock is halal. We also give you like the reason exactly and break down in stellar details. Every single stock has to go by three analysts before it's actually we give some kind of like status. An analyst, reviewer, and publisher. So I think that's very crucial for a Sharia compliance. And I don't know any other single company in the world who does that way. Again, so what we built so far, Musaffa Academy. Our Musaffa Academy is growing so far. Actually, we expanded to Musaffa Learn section right now on the whole platform. I'll come and I'll give you guys a little bit peek into our ecosystem shortly. And Musaffa on fifth spot is actually ranked number four Islamic finance education platforms in the world right now. So we have published more than like 600 articles already in the past 3 4 years. But also now we're launching other courses with certificates, inshallah. Teaching from Islamic finance perspective, from very beginner all the way to the advanced, and that's coming soon, inshallah. But in the meantime, we have a lot of reports we can go through. And also, as we say, Sharia compliance stocks and ETFs, alhamdulillah, we have the most coverage ever, like anybody we know of. We have covered over 100,000 stocks and then 9,000 ETFs. And we cover them when we say real time, as soon as the report comes out, we cover them. Because companies, public companies, usually the case in the United States and most countries, they publish every quarterly reports. As soon as it comes out, actually, we have an API set up. So we capture them and we analyze them as soon as possible. So we are on timely manner. So purification calculator will show you what it means. Basically, every time you buy and sell a stock, even though it says halal, it's not really halal until you purify. So based on AOF methodology we follow, accounting and auditing of Islamic financial institutions, uh, 95% of the revenue, at least 95% of revenue has to be Sharia compliant before we invest. Let's say you invest in a company that has 97% revenue share compliant, but they have some extra cash. Let's say it's an amazing technology company. Let's say they have some extra cash sitting at the bank and accrues interest. So that, let's say 3% of revenue come from interest income. That needs to be given to charity automatically. If you invest in a stock and make $100 profit, $3 needs to go to charity, right? That automatically we calculate on the platform right now. It's called purification calculation. So that you don't have to do it manually. And manually, it's almost impossible. And this is a part of Sharia law. You have to purify your investment incomes. Okay, so again, we came up with the world first truth. We call it Musaffa's Islamic Social Responsible Investing, so or mystery. So basically, now we just don't screen the stocks, but also tell you like from the point of view, does the company's actual actions align with Islamic values? And this has been number one request feature for a whole year last year. And Alhamdulillah, we launched our beta version. Now you can go and see if the company is actually hurting or helping Muslim community as well. And you can also rate them. That's one of the first. I haven't seen any Islamic company do that, but I think there was a huge request about it. Alhamdulillah, we launched it. So again, but that wasn't enough, of course. We've been working day and night, actually coming up with the new features. We are innovating new things. For example, we came with the world first true ETF screener, Share compliant stock ETF screener. So in the United States alone, we got about 60 ETFs became Share compliant. That's a huge deal because that was not accessible to Muslims before. So we keep innovating. So, but that wasn't enough. So this our news launch will be our biggest ever yet, we believe, because it's gonna have a real impact into the growth of the company. So again, now we are now launching. This is something the very first halal investing trading platform finally. I know a lot of people are waiting for it. We have tons of requests as we are very patient and we listen to data. As we said that 5,000 people link their accounts over $109 million dollars. For what? Just to make sure the investments are halal and they're paying fees for that, right? So they see a true value in it. So when we talk to them, so many of the people on the platform they're saying, when are you gonna launch a trading platform so I can quit my Robinhood, I can leave my Charles Schwab, so I can actually put my money and know that 100% I don't have to worry about like my investment being halal because purification is automatically calculated. Right now, when people link their portfolios to Musaffa, automatically we calculate the purification for them. But this is gonna be maybe better because there won't be any kind of glitch, nothing like that. A to Z, smooth process. You don't have to be anywhere anymore. You just come and open an account at Musaffa and just put like whatever amount you want. And you can start buying and selling stocks, halal stocks on the platform, automatic purification, automatic donation, charities and stuff like that. So it just gives you like really convenient platform where you can actually, after you invest, you make money, you're gonna be able to sleep good at night. I think that's what we call peace of mind at Musaffa. Because as I keep saying, like, like as Muslims, we care about okay, staying always halal. We don't want to eat pork, but then willingly or unwillingly, we are participating in riba system, right? Musaffa is actually coming up with a solution to clear that up. Alhamdulillah. So we are fighting truly against riba. Alhamdulillah. So okay. I'm gonna be talking about enabling full circle user experience. Some people say what it is. It's like I thought it was just a trading platform. Actually, a trading platform, as big as it is, it's not actually, it doesn't define what Musaffa is. Musaffa is bigger than that. So let me actually show you the full circle user experience. So learn section. And on our database, when we actually did the questionnaire recently, about 92% of the people on the platform they saying like their investment experience level below intermediate. New to investments, beginners and intermediate, 92%. So the learning becomes a huge part of it. And this is the learning section is number one request when it comes to about all the sections. About 30% people on the platform they want to learn more about Islamic finance and halal investing. And I just mentioned about the purification, and it becomes really surprising because most people don't even know about the process of purification, purifying your investment income. So, learn section is the first integral part of our user experience. Second one, research. As we said that you can also do research now. You can screen stocks, do fundamental research, and you can also look at their like Islamic social responsible investing scores, everything, and you determine which stocks you're gonna buy. Of course, then you can buy. Now, this is the process we're working on right now. Alhamdulillah, and we're gonna be launching soon Musaffa's own unique halal trading platform. And this is a big announcement because there's a lot of work behind it. At the same time, this is gonna be like opener. For example, like not just in the United States, all around the world, people keep asking like when you're gonna launch it so I can start actually finally start getting involved with the stock market. And unfortunately, when we have $32 trillion opportunity, that's actually $32 trillion is Sharia compliant stock market, the value. All of it is around 120 trillion, but out of that, 32 trillion is Sharia compliant based on our calculation. So only about like one quarter, you could say, plus minus, is Sharia compliant that we can invest in. And the next part is the must portion is purification. And this is where also the learning section is so important, right? So purification again gives you full peace of mind with completely purified returns from investment portfolio. So you will not have a penny of riba in there, penny of income that come from unclean sources. I think that's the determining factor what makes investment halal or not halal. So when you look at the other platforms too, when somebody says it's a Sharia compliant or halal Sharia compliant stock, they're giving you half solution, but they're not telling the other half of it. Even though the one of the most Sharia compliant stock, there is almost always a minor portion that come from non-clean sources, but Sharia allows you to invest in those as long as the core operations of the companies are good, which is 95% revenue minimum based on AOF methodology, one of the more conservative methodologies out there. But then there's a small portion you have to give in charity. Otherwise, whole investment income becomes like tainted. And unfortunately, other platforms, hopefully, they're gonna start actually bringing this into more light. So our trading platform review is actually this is gonna be like this, inshallah. Overview dashboard. We will display your positions, investment total, profit and loss. By the way, we have already started building it. As you can see, this is one of the UI we say, user interface. You can see. You'll see your positions, investment total, profit and loss, and then you can also do execution. We call it trade order demo execution. Trade execution, how does it happen? You place an order. For example, I want to buy this stock. I want to buy at this spot at this price, and you click on, right? This is order execution. And then that's not all. Some people say, as I was saying, they say, oh, it's a trading platform. That's amazing. Now, finally, Musaffa is actually launching a trading platform. And surprisingly, it's not, I would say that it doesn't totally by itself define what Musaffa is as a company. It is a very important part, but we still call it a project without an ecosystem. Some people say, what do you mean? So what we're building is actually bigger than that. It's all becoming because we listen to data. We got over half a million people, over half a million people, alhamdulillah. They are actually using our platform, right? So we constantly collect feedback and surveys. And based on that, we build our platform. So as I said, trading platform is exceptionally important, but it is a project for us. It's not the company. It doesn't define Musafa, alhamdulillah. So that's only a small piece of the puzzle. So Musafa is building a full halal investing ecosystem. What do I mean by that? Let me show you a little bit peek into our product roadmap. Okay, this is our B2C, business to, you can say consumer, customer. That's future product roadmap. So again, we have four pillars when it comes to like B2C section. One is learn section. We already talked about it. Halal investing education. We'll have article. We have quiz certifications. We're actually gonna have a certificate. Actually, you can fill it. You can actually once you earn a certificate, you can also share it on LinkedIn on your social media. So we're really getting into learn section. As I said, just by posting articles, we landed number four based on the FeedSpot. If you go feedspot.com, search for Musaffa, we actually a number four Islamic fintech platform, Islamic finance education platform, actually, not just a fintech platform. Because as we said that when you have 92% of the people on the platform, regardless if it's going to be someone else's company, they're going to get the same results because we got as diverse audience as possible from every single part of the world. It's just who we are as Muslims. We need education. That's why the learn section is exceptionally important. And the second one, research. The reason we put the research there, it's not just the research section, not just for basically if you want to do research yourself. Also, we'll talk about something called managed portfolios coming soon, inshallah. And that also needs the research. So research section becomes component, especially a very important part of it, the whole ecosystem. And then invest section, right? Once you learn about halal investing, once you know how to do your own research, and then you start investing in companies that align with your values, finally. And then once you have that, you always have the purification section. The reason we put the purification as separate pillar to, to emphasize that without this, the whole process doesn't make sense. So the purification is a must condition part of Sharia law. So, and then we also have a B2B map, product roadmap. So what we do is actually similar way. Interestingly, we have several B2B customers, business to business customers. We have trading platforms that actually buy our data. We have asset managers, they buy our data. So we have expanding our business to business partnership. But they also need learning. We actually had to, even Islamic companies, we have to teach them about the purification process. And for example, I talked, personally talked to one of the potential B2B customer, which is like a asset management company, Sharia compliant. I said, how do you guys do purification? And the brother told me, you know what? We just automatically apply 5% to everything. I said, well, that's not fair to your clients. Why you want to give 5% when you don't have to give 5%? Let them decide, not you. You know, if you make an investment, for example, you need to give 1% to charity just to make sure, you know, the rest of the your investment becomes halal. Why is he giving 5% under your name? Just because he's not doing his due diligence, right? So that business to business also they need to get educated. And also we partner with them, we launch, we scale with them, but also they also need to go through purification process. So no exception. Without purification, literally, there won't be any single investment in the world. That's a must part of it because there's unfortunately we live in an age that every single country, every single company is tainted with riba. And by this process, automated purification process, this riba is taken out from your hands and given to charities where they belong. Okay, and we want to be a part of our mission. That's one of the reasons we are launching this one. We want to keep it short, but to the point. Of course, we can take a lot of Q&A, but okay. So you can actually become a part of Musaffa. You know, that's very interesting. And some people say, how can I be a part of Musaffa? Of course, you can be a user of the app, but you can even do better. You know, you can become invest in Musaffa itself and become not just an investor, actually be partner. So we can build the company together. As we're growing fast, there is literally hundreds of projects within Musaffa right now. And we are still working through the whole projects. It's so big and it's needed for our ummah. It's needed for our future generation. As I said, again, 1 second, let me actually, and then I'm gonna bring it up. So now, actually, Alhamdulillah, you can become a shareholder at a significant point in Musaffa's history, right before we launch our global halal trading platform. When I talk to about the halal trading platform, it's not just for US. Our first phase will be US stocks and ETFs. There's about 11,000 of them. But we will tell you exactly which stock to is Sharia compliant or not. You know, amazingly, when you buy these stocks, we also monitor them for them real time. Let's say you buy a stock and goes non-Sharia compliant. Maybe there's a really nice beverage company. They decide to buy alcohol company, and they sign a contract with them. And then we will reach out to you through notification saying that this company became non-compliant. We recommend you sell it, so you know that you have peace of mind all the time because Mustafa have your back. And I think that's a piece of mind you cannot put the price tag on. And you know what, we can build it together. We are building it together, by the way. So let me actually share some data Right now, Alhamdulillah, Musaffa is raising funds, specifically launching trading platform. And there's a lot of cost components to it. We have to pay brokerage fees and everything. But again, I believe Musaffa is not only providing like amazing service, but we believe it's also going to be quite profitable company. Because anybody we talk to, we ask them, how much would you pay if you're in investment world? How much would you pay for peace of mind? And it's very hard to put price tag on it. You know, the reason we can still charge less because we are global, and we can actually use something in economics called like economies of scale. So far, we have a very strong track record in crowdfunding among Muslim companies. I believe we are the first Islamic fintech company truly that raised completely from the public. So, Alhamdulillah, as you guys can see, we have raised over $5.3 million, dollars, almost 1,000 investments. That's coming from 50 plus countries. That's not just one country. This is what we're very proud of. Our user base, almost every single country you can put your finger on the map, world map. That's our user base. Our investors base, Alhamdulillah, is coming from more than 50 countries. And it is gonna be time of it's just a matter of time, inshallah, before we get to like 200 plus countries investors as well. This shows the unity. These are regular people like myself. I didn't, when I invest my $250,000, like I didn't even think twice because I said, you know what, we have to do this. We don't have an option. Especially what's happening in the world right now. A lot of Muslims become aware. We don't own anything, literally. And this has to change, especially for younger generation. You know, I was working at the Wells Fargo Securities. I had a very comfortable job. I could be just, very happy with where I was, but that wasn't the case. I actually landed the Wells Fargo job to start Musaffa, so I could learn how to build the trading platforms myself. And I got my CFA charter holder. I got MBA from University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. I did all that just to launch Musaffa. And Alhamdulillah, as everybody can see, close to 1,000 investments already came in. And importantly, we have almost like, I would say close to like 20,000 leads already showed interest to invest in Musaffa, kind of waitlisted, Alhamdulillah. That's an amazing feature. We have actually, you know what? One of the ecosystems I'm going to mention, it's very important. Once we become, inshallah, once our goal is to get 50 to 100 million users in the next 5, 7 years. And it's very doable with a lot of education, multiple languages on the platform, which we're going to launch very soon, inshallah. Once we have this Muslim Ummah on our platform, we are also going to be launching a way for them to invest in Muslim startups. Like ourselves, we used to be a startup. Alhamdulillah, look, $5.3 million dollars from community, unheard of in Islamic fintech, as far as I know. Right? So we did that and we just starting out. Maybe we did 1% of the work, but 99% of the work still ahead. There is years of work. So when we raise funds, you know, we have a unique process we developed. Like Toyota used to have something called just in time, the process. That's why they were very efficient. So the way we do it, similar concept. We raise money as we need it. We don't raise and put in the bank and just sit there. We keep raising smaller funds, project, smaller funds. So every fund you invest is going to be linked to the project. And you can see with your own eyes. When it comes to transparency, literally, I don't know any other private company in the world that's more transparent than us. Extremely transparent. Everything we do, like online, we have an investor relations page on musaffa.com. You can go through like through pitch deck. You can go through like our business plan, 60 pages of documentation we filed with the U.S. government agency. And you can see like every webinar that we're going through, we're gonna upload. There's extreme transparency built into it because this is a community project, community company. This is not owned by big institutions just for making money. This is built, we are building it for the good of Ummah, inshallah. And we want everybody to join. That's why I say, when it comes to like, Alhamdulillah, one of the reasons we've been successful in the fundraising, and as the founder of the company, as a co-founder of the company, I tell people, look, I invest everything I have. I have nothing left. I invested 250,000. I'm maxed out. Now I want Muslim Ummah to the parts. I did my part. And I'm actually a founded company. Now I'm asking people to join. Let's build one piece at a time. We had investor invest 1,000, as low as 1,000, as high as 1 million. Alhamdulillah, people are coming all around the world. They're investing. Even the World Cup champion Nabil Fekir also became a huge investor. So with that, I would love to actually couple more slides and we can take some question and answers. Okay. So most importantly, this is very important for me to bring it up. As you guys can see, we have, Alhamdulillah, with transparency becomes so important. At Musaffa, we hired 5 full-time dedicated investor relations team. We built the whole department. Why? Because we've been like bombarded, Alhamdulillah, that's very good news. Emails, phone calls, non-stop coming from like over 20,000 leads right now from every part of the company. They showed interest in investing in Musaffa. They're basically coming to our door saying that, I want to. Actually, we had to shut down the marketing completely because of sheer size, volume of the interest in halal investing, especially into Musaffa itself. So people are coming, yes, I want to join the mission. I want to join the vision. We have to come together because no one's going to come and fix the problem we have. Not just we have, our children will inherit from us. Riba-based, riba-infested world. And we can fix one person at a time. And that's what we're building. That's one of the reasons, Alhamdulillah, we put team together and their day and night, their only job is to talk to investors and answer the questions. That's the only job they have. And they've been doing a fabulous job, non-stop Zoom calls, non-stop. People are asking for questions. Alhamdulillah, we are doing our best because again, the volume has been more than expected. Alhamdulillah, there's a huge amount of interest into halal investing, especially also investing in Musaffa itself, so that we can build this amazing ecosystem together. So thank you. That's all so far, but we can take Q&A. Again, Rinad and Abdullah, you guys let us know how we're gonna proceed.
Thank you so much, Dil Shalaka. And yeah, I hope all of you guys found this presentation super informative and that this was able to answer a lot of your questions. However, now what we're going to do is we're going to open the floor to answer any of your questions in the chat. We have been trying to answer as many of your questions during the presentation as well. So now please send your questions in the chat, and myself, Dil Shalaka, and Renat, inshallah, will try to answer your questions as best as possible. So please feel free to ask any questions and we'll try to address them.
And also, you guys can email us easiest way. We have again, please type it's investors@musaffa.com, and you can ask any question you want. For example, like it's investors musaffa.com. So we will be able to answer if you any questions you have. So just come to us, say that I'm interested in investing in Musaffa. I want to explore this option because what I'm telling you, like just launching a trading platform is big. But again, it's a part of the whole ecosystem. We are actually uploading in next week the whole ecosystem on our platform. It's called Product Roadmap, Investor Relations part of the website. And once you see product roadmap, you realize how big an opportunity there is just to invest in yourself and become a shareholder. And one thing I love to tell these people, yes, you will get monetary return, inshallah, right? Inshallah, that's the goal. We want to return. We want to be a profitable company. We can return investment. Uh, we have to work on it as a fiduciary of the investors. But at the same time, your money will work for the cause that you truly believe in. And I think you can get both in one shot. I think that's something that is hard to come by. Even though you might find a really good profitable company, but do you align with everything? So that's another question. Okay.
So Dilshadaka, we have a very interesting question that was asked from someone in the chat. Why are there differences on halal or Sharia compliant for some stocks comparing with other Muslim platforms like Zoya, for example? If you want
Okay.
to.
Uh, Two main reasons I would say. Actually, we're gonna make a 1 minute video for that, and I'll tell you why. You can also do your own research. Number one reason, we do a better job in analyzing. What I mean by that. So if you look at the reports, compare the reports for different platforms. First of all, we say it's Sharia compliant. We prove it to to the point. Like you can go to our breakdown of the revenues, for example, in detail. We go the because I used to be equity research analyst. I'm also CFA charter holder. I trained all the analysts myself. What I mean by that, I was a footnote guy. What I mean by that is Warren Buffett says if managers wants to hide anything, it's gonna go to move footnotes on the financial reports. So the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statements is gonna give you the data, but footnote it's hidden. So you have to go footnote, and sometimes you have to make very intelligent deductions. For example, I'm not going to name any platform. You guys can do your own research, but I can talk about more about Musaffa because for those platforms, I have respect for them. They try and do it best, but they're not doing a good job. What I mean by that, for example, I'll give you an example. Interest income, which is a huge no-no for Muslims. And most companies in the United States or rest of the world, they don't have to disclose it like that. They just bundle it in other income and move on. They don't have to disclose interest income by itself as a separate line. Some companies do, but most companies don't. So what do we do? So other platforms, they might just skip it. Oh, there's no interest income. No, we know for a fact there's interest income. You know why? In the United Nations, if they have a lot of cash, they don't put in the bank accrued interest that manages losing the job that day. We all know that. So realistically, that money is at minimum at the bank accruing interest. So we do apply interest rate for the cash they're holding. And then we actually, and then we deduce that interest income. So we punish them for that because that's the reason. Unless they give us a halal certificate and prove that that cash is not accruing interest, they are accruing interest. We can pretend not to know that. Or one example, for example, Best Buy. On our platform, it says Sharia compliant. Some other platform, it doesn't. So when you go in that entertainment section, automatically they put as not halal. But you need to go look at the footnotes. That's why they are there. There's like pages, footnotes. But who's gonna do that? We have 24 full-time analysts, and every single stock goes three different screening. Analyst does it, reviewer does it, which has more experience. Publisher has the most experience, he does. So three people has to go through this each report. For example, I was saying Best Buy. You go there, and then at the bottom they break down the entertainment. It's not all bad. And they say, okay, you know what? They have drones, they have software, they bundled under entertainment. So once you take them out, the company becomes Sharia compliant. Well, they're saying it's not Sharia compliant because they're not doing the work. We challenge them to do the work. They need to hire pros. They need to sit down and do one by one. You cannot automate these things automatically. So you cannot be a bunch of tech guys get together and do that. There is really a lot of subjective items you need to also go through. So that's why one thing. Second thing, it's technicality, but when you have look at the interest-bearing debt, interest-bearing securities, based on AFM methodology, you have to divide by market cap of the company. We use 36-month average market cap. Some companies use current market cap. Current market cap has flaws because the company can meme stock. All of a sudden, boom, the company's stock price goes up in a 1 month and then automatically becomes Sharia compliant for technical reasons. So when you do 36 months, it aligns more Muslim values. Why? Because you reward the companies that are stable, growing, and you punish companies that's actually fluctuating way too much. So your stock would be halal, not halal every quarter, right? For example, it's gonna go because it's smoothed out 36 months. So there are technical reasons also, like revenue section. There's two main reasons. There are multiple reasons, but these two main reasons, our research is actually becomes a little bit different than. That's why education is exceptionally important part of it, and we're gonna keep educating people because they have to be able to make educated decisions, not just this platform says, this platform says. Yes, if you do educate yourself just a little bit, you don't have to become a financial analyst, get CFA. But you educate a little bit, common sense tells you that, okay, this company does do more due diligence because they have real people sitting and do real work. Again, I don't want to discount anybody out there. I think they're doing fabulous. Their intention is really good, but intention is not enough. You have to do the work.
Another question, this is a summary from a lot of people who are asking this in the chat, Dilshadaka. For the trading platform, people are asking two questions. If they're going to be able to invest in this platform globally, and in what countries are we going to be participating in terms of the trading platform? And are they only going to be able to invest in stocks in the US market? So if you want to address that question as well, please.
Yes. Again, the goal, ideally, the vision. Let's talk about the vision, and we're going to talk about the goal. So the vision is like any Muslim, any part of the world should be able to invest any Sharia compliant stock, any part of the world. That's the ultimate vision we have. Because in the United States, we have that luxury. I can invest in stock in Brazil. I can invest in the stocks in, like, for example, like in China, in Thailand, in Japan, right? We have the luxury, but not all Muslims around the world, they do have that. So our goal is to do that one day, inshallah. And how we gonna do that? Because the world is becoming much more global, which is amazing in our view. So in our first release, and we will give access around 150 different countries. Technically, we'll be able to buy and sell stock US stocks and ETFs over 150 around 150 different countries. Technically, they can. What I mean by technically, so we still need to work with the local agents, local governments to get the license as well. And that's what this license costs money. That's hence we need more investments. What do we do with these investments, right? We invest in these kind of things. You have to invest to get the money. There's no free lunch, right? You have to invest, but you have to do it very strategically. You have to be very careful. You don't want to raise money. That's one of the reasons we've been very successful. By the way, we became the most visited platform in the world as far as we know. You can check it like on the similar web, multiple platforms. How? And we did it with a little bit over $5 million because we are very, very, alhamdulillah, I would say we are strategic, but mainly we listen to data. We just don't waste money. How does it happen? For example, we just don't go scratch, oh, we're going to launch a trading platform. Let's all raise in the morning. No, we look at the screening data we have over 120,000 stocks. We know where the demand is. And then we listen to data, data, data. Now, surprisingly, a lot of people might be interested. After the United States, the second demand is France and French-speaking countries. And that wasn't expected at all. We thought it was going to be Middle East, but it is actually France. How? Number two investors after United States into Musaffa itself is from France. When we start talking to them, they say we have around 10 million people, but we don't have a solution. UK is much more developed in Islamic finance, right? So to answer your question, our goal is to go where demand is. Now we're starting with US because again, number one request for the rest of the world, of course they want to invest locally, but mostly they're interested in US stocks right now. So we're launching and we're giving the whole globe, almost whole globe, like world, access to like US stocks and ETFs. But then our next plan, inshallah, we'll announce later. But you go to Europe, go to UK, go to Middle East, but we're gonna be expanding, and inshallah we are also gonna become by then, inshallah, positive cash flow. Right now we're making money, alhamdulillah. We got close to 10,000 people already made payments at Musaffa at some point for premium membership, for starter plan, because they see the true value, alhamdulillah. So as we keep growing, we're gonna keep reinvesting. There's another question comes in, people say, are you gonna pay dividend? As like, brother, we will not pay dividend in the next 20 years. Why? Because the growth is gonna be fabulous, inshallah. That's the goal. And then companies, they do not pay dividends when the growth companies, like I believe that Apple actually paid when become like multi-billion dollar company, right? So because they wouldn't even pay because they keep reinvesting. So I don't want to deviate, but to answer your question, we're gonna start with the US and we're gonna spread throughout the world based on the demand. Brother Jahrul said, I'm just going to pick it up. Something in writing detailing in your this in your website will be wonderful. Brother, we already have it. We're just uploading it. As I said, I'm very proud to say that, Rinat, you can correct me if I'm wrong because you're chief legal officer. We are one of the most transparent private companies in the world, as I know. We have everything. We have 60 pages of information. Right now at Forum C, you go like musaffa.com, investor relations, go SEC filings, and then look at the forum C. 60 pages of information outlining everything that you want to know, like our product roadmap, how we're going to use the funds, who are the executives. Every time, by the way, we launch crowdfunding, Security Exchange Commission requires that we all go through background check, intensive. So as executives, so we are clear to raise funds because we are doing right, you know, and they give us green light. Actually, that's one of the reasons we can raise these funds from throughout the world because we are staying true to our cause and actually we are being extremely ethical. So everything will be in there. brother, it's in there. Just go to musaffa.com, go investor relations, explore. And we keep uploading more and more. Soon we are completely revamping the product roadmap. It's going to be extremely transparent. You will be able to see every single project and status of every single project in the whole ecosystem. So Halal Stock Screener is a project for us. Trading platform is a project for us. It doesn't define us. We also intend to launch managed portfolios, goal-based investing, risk-based, right? For example, investing, or Musaffa proprietary ETFs. Those are each one is a project and it has a milestone. That's why we need to keep raising funds, keep building this, but at the same time, the value of your investment is gonna keep growing, inshallah. Okay?
Dilshad, I think a lot of people are also wondering on how the bonus share structure would work when they invest and how that would kind of and what would be the best course of action in terms of getting the most amount of shares. So and how that discounts their price per share and everything like that. If you want to kind of talk about how we're offering bonus shares and everything like that right now as well.
Rinat, you want to chime in?
Yes, so if anyone goes to investmusaffa.com, there's a very detailed calculator. So when you put that calculator and then you start investing, and actually you can show the same thing when you move to the payment page to invest. So it captures all the bonus shares. At the moment, we have the amount-based bonus shares and existing investor bonus shares, and then if you're a premium user then you have a bonus shares. But also we have we're running our fundraising under Regulation D, and we will put our 506C page soon. So that the bonus structure will be a little bit different. So please follow that. But that is for accredited investors and for more larger investors who want to invest more than 10,000, more than 25,000 in that range, or even more. So for those, the bonus shares a little bit higher, slightly. It doesn't mean that you're missing out if you're investing less. But please make sure to check that bonus share component. And then I guess the confusion was, do I get after or before, or how I do it? So we will capture based on your amount. And then if you're existing investor, you need to indicate. And if you're a premium user, you need to indicate. You get we will capture that data, but we will do background check as well if you are a premium user or if you're an existing investor. So you don't need to worry if you suddenly didn't click any buttons there indicating that you're an existing investor, or if you're premium user. Those bonus shares will be calculated. And then when after we have the recurring closing rounds, every time, every like 15 days. So when we close it, the team goes and in detail calculates all the bonus shares, and then those are issued together with the with your main base shares when we issue shares for you through Dealmaker. We are partnered with the Dealmaker. They deal with these crowdfunding companies. So the system works through their platform, but we at the back end make sure that no bonus shares are left out.
Some people asking technical questions about, for example, their net worth falls below the minimum. It's something, anything. That's one of the reasons I would highly recommend right now before you leave. If you have any interest in investing in Musaffa, any at all, you don't have to invest. Any interest, go ahead to, right now. We share the link invest.musaffa.com. Just sign up. You don't have to invest right away. Just sign up. At least we'll have your name, email, and phone number so we can reach out to you. Also, help you with your questions. So you don't have to make decisions right now. You know what? We don't want you to make decisions right now. You know why? I tell you exactly why. Because if you, a lot of people, they come invest $1,000, $2,000 because they don't know us. That's why I tell you, like, we have so much information out there. We will share with you. Once you find out what we're building, believe me, it will not be $1 or $2,000. We have people investing like from 5,000 they up to 100,000, 50,000. We already have people invest 500,000. So if you really understand what we're building, the investment amount is going to substantially go up. It's been the case because you really understand the business. Right now, that's why I don't even want you to invest right away. So go on investmusaffa.com, sign up your name, last name, email, and the phone number. And then you can put the amount if you want. If you're ready to invest, you can go through that. You don't have to. First step is like just basic information. So we capture it. So we can reach out to you, say that, brother, you showed interest. What questions you have? So you can ask any kind of questions. during that time. Because why? Because we have five full-time dedicated people, and their job is to answer every single of question. And it will be so much better, much more convenient than asking in the forum, which we don't discourage. But I wish we could answer every single question here. But we don't have time. We're about to end the call. That's one of the reasons. Again, I'm gonna share. I shared several times. Very easy. Musaffa investment. I'm gonna share one more last time. No commitment here, but anybody. Just
Yeah,
go.
just
Yeah.
to clarify, to add to this, because maybe some people think the moment they go to the payment page, it makes them to pay. No, it's not like that. It all captures your information too, and then you can always go back to the same place, and then it will ask you to pick up from where you left, right? And then you always can do research, but the most importantly, your information is captured for the team to reach out and then give you any technical or other supportive approach, right?
Yeah, if you click invest halal now, you're gonna have a page. You need to fill out that first portion, which is called investor profile. Second section, investment amount, and then investor information. If you're ready, you can go through and invest. But if you have questions, which I believe most of you do, because I would have a lot of questions myself as an investor. So, but you have to fill out the investor questionnaire and save it. Otherwise, we will not have your data to reach out to you. Very easy. It's about name, last name, email, and phone number. That's all we need. So we can reach out and then explain to you the if you have any questions. Makes sense? So we're making it as easy as possible because this is an amazing investment opportunity. Otherwise, I would never tell anybody to do invest anything if I wasn't completely maxed out myself with my life savings. Thank you, brother Akidi said, makes sense, brother. Yeah, just to make it easy because there's so many questions. I wish we could sit down here talk to you for hours, and we will do that if we need to be honest. But again, in the best interest of everybody here, just go investmustafa.com, fill out the four links. As I said, it's gonna take less than a minute, and then boom, inshallah, we'll reach out to you. Five full-time in investor relations. Okay, I think is there anything else we need to discuss?
No, I think that was great. Thank you so much, everyone. And for everyone participating in the chat as well, we really appreciate that. Inshallah, I know there was many, many questions. We tried to answer as many of them via either typing in the chat or Dilshod or not answering them themselves. I know you guys will continue to have any questions, but feel free to reach out to us. We have a full comprehensive investor relations team meant to cater to you guys. So we will definitely be reaching out to you and try to answer as many questions as you have possible. And
A
inshallah,
lot of
we look forward to
Uh,
having you
yeah.
guys join Safa, inshallah.
And also, we do have really good benefits. For example, one of them being if you invest certain amount, you'll get a 1 year to 3 year to 4 year to like complete free premium membership as well, depending on how much you invest. And we can answer those questions when you fill out the form.
We look forward to getting to know all of you personally as well through the investor relations team. So inshallah, please stay in touch, and we look forward to having you be a part of Musafa. Thank you everyone very much.